see Lamar Jackson and the Los Angeles Chargers versus Justin Herbert and the Denver Broncos.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we wrap up Week 3 with a good Monday nighter here between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Jackson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the first down. I like how he just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Bush. Not much there, only a yard. They forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. Now a handoff looking right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Yetur Gross-Matos. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Rosas' kick is good, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Well, they didn't get in the end zone, but pretty good balance there on the opening drive between the run and the pass.
Yeah, I think that was probably what they wanted to get accomplished right out of the gate. Throw the ball with success, run it, of course, to set the tone. So who saw the offensive coordinator's play sheet? Probably wrote himself a little note. Exactly what we wanted to do. Probed it early and got it done.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards the pick up there. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game. That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. 6 yards left on 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Herbert on first down now. This is Gibbons over the middle. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 45 yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
From the 31, Jackson. And Cooks has it over the middle.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the...
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the... The Charger drive about to get going. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Now, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
To throw is Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them on the 1st down.
Stopped him in his tracks. Well, I thought they should have punted before. Now they probably definitely need to punt, right?
Yeah, we did a little mind melding there, didn't we? Because I was wondering, why are you out there if you're not going to punt it in the first place? Now, I don't think they have any choice.
4th down. Here's Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Well, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
And Jackson throwing once more. He completes this to Russell Gage. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. From the 22, Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge, a successful one. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? And this time he is in. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Chargers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is down to 4. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. So we come upon halftime with a visiting, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 64 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Out of the gun, Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Broncos. From 8 yards out. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Jackson to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Play action. It's Herbert. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll make it 3rd down. Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. He wants to throw it here. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Well, I see what they were trying to do there. You pop up your holder, roll him out. You got the option to run or pass. This didn't work.
Not at all. And the communication was excellent defensively to make sure that receivers were covered as they escaped from the line of scrimmage, because that's supposed to be a surprise to everyone, and that's how they get free. People forget their assignments on defense. That didn't happen. And think about the guy rolling out with the football, looking for an open person, no one there.
Helpless feeling.
Helpless because that gap between you and defenders now is going to close and close quickly.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing is Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
To throw again is Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Eluding the pressure right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he'll give it here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Jackson's throw taken in there by Cooks. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sideline? Do you see the coaches signaling? All the personnel groups up on the sideline ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bush. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Jackson will throw again. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one. Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Cooks on the quick slant. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his right. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for 2. Jackson here is going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos are about set to go on offense. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So Lamar Jackson and the offense down by a field goal. 1:46 to go. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Bush. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jackson to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bush. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Here's Jackson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. How many people watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Roses now to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25. Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Here's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And they will take a knee here. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So, for the Chargers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.